Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is just my video on Proteans. What one would be the best for double experience? I'm going to rate these Proteans from the worst to the best. There's 7 different ones and I'm going to go from 7 to 1. This is just my personal opinion and I'm going to give reasoning for all of my choices. If you agree with me, let me know. If you think there is a different order that you do personally think is better, let me know that as well, because it's always nice having your feedback and your opinions. Anyway, let's get into this video. First of all, I want to start with some quick info. Protean items are used because of how AFK they actually are. Typically, you'll get 5 full minutes of AFK per action with Proteans. For example, you can AFK Hunter with Protean traps, and then the bars are 5 minutes of AFK, and so are the memories and everything like that. The only ones that aren't AFK are the planks, and you have to do them normally. You can convert any of your Proteans to other Proteans for 3:2 ratios. So for example, if you have 3 of the hides and you want to convert them into bars, you'll get 2 bars for every 3 hides you convert. I would only really advise doing this if you do get some Proteans that you'll never ever use or you don't need to use. So if you have 99 smithing and only 90 crafting, turning your bars into hides can be a good idea. The last thing I want to talk about just before we get into it is there's new Protean power-ups that can boost your experience an hour while using them. These boost the rate in which you use up your Proteans. They've just been added to the treasure hunter today, and I'm not 100% sure on all of the rates of boosting. All I know is that it definitely gives you more experience, so if you have those, you should use them while using Proteans on double XP. One Protean power-up lasts 5 minutes and they are stackable, so you can stack up an hour of these pretty easily if you manage to get 12 power-ups. An hour of boosted experience with Proteans will make them super good experience an hour on double XP, even better than what they are already. Anyway, now that's done, let's get into the top 7. The worst Protean at number 7 is Protean Cogs. These give Invention XP, and the Invention XP you normally get from PVM or skilling can be super fast anyway. Invention with PVM can be over 1 million Invention experience an hour, and these cogs are very slow experience an hour compared to what you would get normally. You can use around 850 cogs an hour, and if you look at the side we have the scaling level XP. So if you are level 101, you can expect 367k experience an hour. That's definitely not worth it for Invention. You're better off converting these in a 3:2 ratio for literally anything else. These are just so not worth it. Even when you're skilling and doing fire making or smithing, you can get more than 367k experience an hour using a crystal tool. It just definitely doesn't seem worth it. You make money while doing Invention with PVM. Go somewhere like Abyssal Demons. You're going to make money even with all the costs deducted. No point in using your Proteans on this. Next up at number 6, it goes to Protean Memories. These give Divination XP. These memories scale with level and the XP boost from the boon of that tier as well. So if you have the boon from the tier 50 energy, when you're doing the level 50, instead of it being 81.5 XP, it'll be 89.6. All of the XP is shown to the right with XP normally and XP with boons. So if you're going to use these memories, you might as well use the boon for your level as well, as it's going to increase the experience per hour. You can convert about 750 memories an hour. These are a fast way for memory strands as well with the Memorial to Guthix, so if you need to get some engrams done and you have these Protean memories in your bank, it would definitely be worth using them for some memory strands. Memories max experience rates are 160k experience an hour as a base rate. This means that the Protean memories are not much more experience an hour than normal divination. Normal divination on the Ark is around 130 to 150k experience an hour, but you do have to run around Ark Islands and all of that, so you don't have the hassle with Protean memories. They are super AFK, 5 mins a make, you do 60 in 5 minutes. They're not worth it compared to the money saving Proteans because they do give you experience, but they don't give you enough bonus experience on top of the normal rates in order to make it worth actually using these over something that will save you money. At number 5 we have Protean Planks. These give construction XP and these planks don't work like other Proteans do. One table will cost you 6 Protean planks. This is because one Protean plank is one normal plank of any kind. So if you're using oak it'll be 60 XP, if you're using teak it'll be 90, and mahogany it'll be 140. But when you're using something like Protean bars, when you use up a bar it will count as multiple normal bars XP. The same applies with hides. But with planks, it's only one plank for one plank, so it's kind of disappointing in that regards. Like for example, if you use one Protean bar at 85 plus, you get 450 XP, which is more than just one rune bar. But unfortunately, you only get 140 per plank for a mahogany. This means if you're doing mahoganies normally, you're going to get 140 experience anyway. So these planks don't give any bonus experience at all. The only benefit for these planks over normal planks is they stack in your inventory. So if you have, say, 2,000 of these Protean planks, you can easily just keep making the same thing over and over without the need of a butler. But that isn't going to save you that much money either. So you're just going to be saving 2k for the plank and a little bit from the butler. I wouldn't really rate these planks unless construction is your last buyable skill. I would definitely rate the bars or the hides as a buyable option with Proteans over this. Just because of the sheer amount of planks you're going to need in order to get to 99. At number 4 we have Protean logs. So these Protean logs give fletching and or fire making XP. You get to choose what experience you want from these. These have 3 modes you can select and the XP scales with levels with all of the modes. You can choose pure fletching XP. This can be up to 380k experience an hour at high levels. This experience rate is kind of in between the slow but profitable way and the broad arrowhead way. It's definitely not a bad option because it speeds up the process if you were going to do it in the slow but profitable way, and it also saves you some money at not too much of a less experience rate than if you were doing broads. You can do them for pure fire making experience and it's the fastest fire making XP in the game. It can be up to 850k fire making experience an hour at high levels. Because fire making is super easy to train anyway, I wouldn't really recommend this method, but if you did want to get some high fire making experience an hour, then I guess these are decent. The third mode you can choose is fletching and fire making XP at the same time. This is definitely the worst mode because it gives you less than half of the fletching and fire making experience you would get if you were going to do them normally. You would get up to 175k fletching and 350k fire making experience an hour at high levels. I don't understand why you would do this if it's less than half in both things. Never ever choose the fletching and fire making XP option really, because you could just do the pure fletching XP and the pure fire making XP and split them across the logs you have and you would get more experience. For example, if you had an hour worth of fletching and an hour worth of fire making, just spend 2 hours getting 380k fletching and 850k fire making, because if you spent 2 hours doing it the combined way, you would only get 350k fletching and 700k fire making. So you're actually worse off doing both at the same time. This is a decent Protean for either fletching or fire making, but those skills are very easy to train normally. So I wouldn't really recommend these unless you really want to get some quick fletching or fire making XP for free. You also can AFK for 5 whole minutes while training with these methods. At number 3 we have Protean traps. These give Hunter XP. These traps are really good because they are AFK and can be auto deployed. These are around 1 million experience an hour at Crystal Skill Chompers and around 500k experience an hour at Grenwalls. You get no loot from using these traps though. So for example, if you went to Grenwalls and you tried to get Grenwall spikes, they would be consumed on catch and you wouldn't get them with Protean traps. These traps are decent, but Hunter normally at 77 plus is faster experience an hour. For example, if you done crystallized Grenwalls, you can easily get 700k or more experience an hour rather than doing Grenwalls with Protean traps at 500k. Although people really enjoy the AFK auto deploy option, so you could AFK 500k experience an hour at Grenwalls with Proteans, but you can't AFK crystallizing. Also with the Crystal Skill Chompers, they don't stack with the agility passive. This means you're only ever going to catch one skill chomper at the same time, which makes it capped at 1 million experience an hour. You're going to get the bonus XP that the Protean traps provide, but you're not going to get the bonus XP from additional catches, because you're not technically catching any more skill chompers. Whereas when you're doing them normally with 99 agility, you're guaranteed to catch 2, and every time you catch them you have a chance at catching 4. Crystal skill chompers with normal traps are slightly faster than what they are with Protean traps. Not to mention ornate turtles on the Ark are absolutely crazy XP. All in all, I put these at number 3 because they're really good at the early levels, and they're really decent because they make Hunter AFK. At number 2 we have Protean bars. These give smithing XP. These are always top tier experience an hour for your level. These are even up to 350k plus experience an hour at 99 like Rune 2-handers. If you have all of the buffs possible, you can push 400k experience an hour with these. These bars give you 5 minutes of AFK from 60 makes. You get no items from these bars, only experience. These are really good experience at any level. As you can see to the right, they're going to give you really good experience correlating to whatever you can make at your level. So for example, at 70 to 84, you're getting 375 XP per bar, which is equivalent to the fastest thing you could do at that level. So you're either going to save a ton of time if you're doing stuff like Myth Claws or Addy Claws, or if you're doing something expensive like the Artisan's Workshop, or you're going to go do Addy plate bodies, you're going to save a ton of money. Because 88 to 99 only costs like 40-50 mil nowadays doing Addy plate bodies because of the saves you get with your scroll and the portable, it doesn't save you a truck ton of money, but it definitely saves you enough to warrant these going into second place. Because not only do they save you money, they give you top tier XP. You can never ever argue with top tier XP that has 5 minutes of AFK between it. At number 1 we have Protean hides. These give crafting XP. These are always decent experience an hour for your level. You can even get up to 350k plus experience an hour at 99 that is pretty damn AFK while doing so. Unfortunately, this isn't as fast as stuff like Black D hide shields. They can get around 600k experience an hour if you're doing it efficiently, but these are so much more AFK than doing crafting normally. You get to AFK for a very long time and it minimises the bank in between and just makes it a much easier and smoother process. You get no items from these hides, only XP. This is great free scaling XP at any level. Because crafting costs like 250 mil, 499, these Protean hides save you a truck ton of money. These hides save the most money out of any other Protean per use, making them super viable and my top spot. So having an hour worth of Protean hides and giving yourself 350k experience, you're saving yourself like 5 mil GP. Because crafting is such an expensive skill, you're saving a truck ton of money doing these, and you can do around 1,200 hides in an hour. So say you've stocked up 6,000 hides and you can do 4 hours. In those 4 hours alone, you're going to save yourself 20 million GP. Saving yourself that much money and gaining a good rate of experience definitely seems number 1 to me. Thanks for watching. Give the video a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new for loads of future content. Let me know in the comments down below if you do agree with these top ones and if you would change the order at all. There's tons of information on the screen now if you fancy checking out any of that. And until next time, see ya.